welcome to ET Garage. I'm Eugene Tordo. I want to thank everybody that's subscribed so far. If you haven't, you know what to do. Go down there, subscribe, like, thumbs up, notification bell. Everything help my channel grow, and that will help me pay for all these projects that I do. Fortunately, I'm a one-car garage. One car, one garage. Unless you want to count my Chevy Trax, I do some, once in a while, do a small project on, but usually just involves detailing. But anyway, back to today's video is, I should be finishing up, unless I run into some type of problems, finishing up the brake line replacement. I have a playlist. I'll leave a link, of course, somewhere. And this is like the 8th video. I'll probably do one more recap of everything. But this is where I'm at right now. I got home from work early yesterday, so I went ahead and bled the brakes. Well, first I went and mounted the rear calipers. I had them off because I wanted to repaint them. So I repainted them, hooked up the other day, and then last week I think it was, and then yesterday I went and just bolted them on, did everything, and I bled the brakes, but I didn't activate the ABS unit. Decided to just let it sit overnight, and I'd come back and check for leaks, and then I'll I'll go ahead and activate and leave that part of them. Right now they feel real solid. I feel like there's any air in them, but I'm still going to go ahead and activate that ABS. Make sure I get every drop of air out of there. I'm not going to go into that. I have other videos on the bleeding. I am going to give a tip on bleeding that involves heat. I'll show you that here in a few minutes. But like I said, right now I need to get the parking brake system all hooked back up. There were 2 bolts missing from the ABS tray. The ABS is behind the driver's seat and drops out the bottom on this, and there were 2 bolts missing. I want to seal up those lines where the lines come in the bottom there better. Some more RTV just to play it safe. I actually ran out when I was doing it. I didn't have enough to do it. It looks like it's sealed good from the inside, but I'm going to play it safe anyway. Anyway, let me move the camera around and I'll show you that brake bleeding tip that involves heat real quick. Okay, here we are, the front brakes. I have the Wildwood calipers, and the Wildwood calipers come with these real tiny little miniature, I call them little mini bleeders on them. I don't really care for them, but that's how they make them. And like the regular calipers, the factory calipers that were on here, I would use just a hose and a jar, and I use speed bleeders, and I just use this little rubber connector to hook that up to the brake bleeders. This will not work with these. So I have this bleeder here, which I got from Napa. This thing works excellent, by the way. And because the Wildwood calipers have 2 bleeders, one on each side, they're 6-piston, and they're real tiny. You just squeeze the hose on real, like, over the top, you know, loosen them up, put the hose on, and you're good to go. However, when it's like freezing out here in the garage like it is now, these rubber hoses get really hard and stiff, and they won't push on. So what I do is I heat them up with the heat gun, just get them warm, and they become real soft and pliable. Put them on, hold them there till they cool down again, and then they like form right around that end on the brake bleeder, and that holds them in place. And that's basically my brake bleeding tip. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead inspect my brake system for leaks. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the parking brake cable assembly together, and back on the car, and finish sealing that ABS unit. And now, I was going to leave it up on jack stands. I got other projects I want to do. I think I'm going to take it off, though, and take it for a test ride. Main reason I'm going to take it for a test ride is today and tomorrow the weather's supposed to be really nice. So it's so cold out, but for this time of year it's actually going to get warm. Like this morning it's real cold. I think this weekend it's supposed to get into the 60s. I think I'm going to go drive, finish this up, get it on the ground, and go enjoy it. Anyway, let me get getting the rest of this done, and finish this project up. Okay, this is where I'm at. Parking brake cables are all hooked up. That went pretty decent. I had a couple of moments trying to remember how the brackets that held the cable in down there went. I also had to run the vent line, tie wrap that up to the brake line and all the way down and hook that up. That runs up to the charcoal canister from the gas tank. I still need to get my tire carrier cleaned up and spare all cleaned up and put back on. Also, I still need to do the ABS sensor wire. As you can see, it's bare as hell, so I'm going to take that off, recover it, and get that on. And then after that's all done, I need to I just want to go ahead, activate the ABS unit and bleed the brakes while the ABS unit is just one more time, just to play it safe. Then we'll get this baby on the ground and go for a test ride. Brake lines coupled together, and there were sections of it that